Hello, it's Leanne and Simon on Loving Life Now for today's topic, the magic of a little extra.
The magic of a little extra, great topic.
I'm a little extra.
Well, we've got a little extra. We're going to talk about what it takes to do a little extra.
Well, okay.
And there is magic in it, they say, the magic of that little bit extra. Do you do that little bit extra in life and in business and in personal? So let's talk about that tonight. But before we do, let's go and do some sharing. Let's welcome everyone to our Facebook Live for this week. And if you've just joined us, you know the drill. Pop your details in the comments. We'd love to welcome you and say a big hello and see who's joining us this week. We are back on the Gold Coast.
Yes, lucky first.
Rob Brown, good evening and hi to you. Who else we got out there? Pop your details in the chat. Let us know you're here and where you're streaming in from. Now, where's Rob streaming in from? I don't remember.
Perth.
He's in Perth. He is too. So streaming in from Perth. So great to have you here, Rob. And pop your details in. Shani, hello to you from Sydney. G'day, Kim in Robina. We've got Cheryl down there in Sydney as well. We're going to be in your neck of the woods this weekend with the teenagers in Sydney, doing a walking around. So
doing a walking around.
Yeah, we're going to take them down to the Opera House and Darling Harbour and keep them busy with their feet.
You're going to love that so much. You're going to love it.
Well, at least the weather's meant to be good in Sydney this weekend anyway. Not too cold and fine weather, so that's good. Richard Wiseman, g'day Richard, and hello from the UK. Great to join us. So as you join us, you know the drill. Pop your details in to the comments. Let us know where you're streaming in from so we can give you a big shout out and a welcome. Brett Hudson, streaming in from South Brisbane. Well, the south side of Brisbane. Hey, Brett.
Just say Brisbane.
So, good evening and welcome to you. G'day, Brooke, up there in Townsville in North Queensland. Great to catch up with you last weekend in Airlie Beach. It was a great time. So, who else we got out there? Come on, pop your details in. Let us know you're here. Again, as I said, we'd love to say a big shout out. Welcome you to this evening's topic, the magic of a little bit extra. You're done. Excellent. Well, I'll hand it over to you then, and you can tell everyone to pop their details in.
You're doing a great job. You need to stop banging the table though, because the whole
I better do that. All right. So we have got a good topic, but let's catch up. So we were in Airlie Beach last week. Yes, we did our live from up there. 7 nights. We had a great time.
It was amazing.
How nice was that? We caught up with Brooke.
We did.
Brooke
and Terry and Daryl.
Yeah, and you did a TikTok with Brooke.
Yes, we did 2 TikToks actually, and Brooke did some amazing TikToks and got a standing ovation
from the audience at the bar where we were. Yeah, so that was funny. But hello, Kerry. Great to see you here from Mackay. G'day, Sue Robson on the Gold Coast.
So I think I've got a bit of tan. I might not look it in this light, but I've got a bit of my tan back.
We actually do. Yeah, both of us do.
Melissa, you'd be impressed with my tan.
And I don't look as red on the camera tonight as what I did when I caught up with Kerry and Brooke on Sunday either.
No.
But yeah, we were able to get some sunshine. We had the perfect weather in Airlie Beach.
We did.
So we arrived last Tuesday afternoon and it was like 25 degrees and beautiful. And then every day until we left, the last day we left was actually quite windy.
It was. Actually, that was probably the worst day.
We had up to 29 degrees maximum and about 20 degrees, 19 degrees at night.
Yes.
Like it was hot at night. We had the aircon on.
Yes, it was very hot and we did have the aircon on. Yes.
Yeah, so what did we get to do? We got to go out, we got to sample some of the local restaurants.
Kerry said you were glowing.
Thanks, Kerry. We got to sample some of the local wine and drinks, and we went out on tour, some local cocktails, of course. Went out on to Whitehaven Beach.
That was amazing.
How spectacular was that?
That was so amazing.
Yeah, that was good. Reminded us of the Maldives, right?
Yes, it did.
Crystal clear water, beautiful white sand. So that was amazing. That was really good. We had a beautiful day out on a cruise on a boat called Chimera. So highly recommend it. Lovely cruising out under motor. Lee and I sat on the netted area at the front of the cat. They had these 2 big nets.
That was our spot the whole time.
Yeah, we sat out there all day in the sun and enjoyed it.
It was actually funny because we were out in the sun all day that day, literally all day. No, not in the shade at all.
No.
Did not get 1 ounce of sunburn.
But that's because we did use 50 plus.
And then the next day, we were at the pool for literally an hour.
With no sunscreen.
No, I had sunscreen.
I didn't.
For an hour and got sunburn.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what happens when you're... so just proves the sunscreen works, but apparently it's not good for you anyway. But anyway, it did protect us from the sun all day. But we had a great day out at Camira and a great day around the Whitsunday Island. Walked up to the lookout.
Oh my God, walked and walked and walked like this. The hills and the driveway was like this, literally.
Oh my goodness. I'll tell you, for everything we ate and drank while we were in Early Beach, we walked it off. And it was great to then catch up with the distributors and some of the team members on the Sunday afternoon. That was
friends.
Good. Yeah, got to meet people there from, all over. Sunshine Coast, some people from the Gold Coast, some from Victoria. A lot of Victorians.
Yes.
And they had a big event on over at Whitehaven Beach, Lee. What was that about? It was called
It's like a white lunch. Everyone wears white, basically.
Yeah. And they do it over 4 days. Mm-hmm. So you can go Friday, Saturday, Sunday or Monday.
Yep.
And you dress up in white and they take you out to Whitehaven Beach. And literally when you get off the boat, you have somebody handing you champagne.
We didn't go to this, by the way.
No, we didn't. But we found out it was on while we were there.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
But,
all right, well, let's get into our topic.
Yeah, well, at least we were able to.
Straight after this.
Yeah, we were able to do some work while we were there as well.
Yeah, we worked in the mornings.
Yep,
and
take time out and enjoy ourselves at the same time.
Yep.
All right, but we've got a great topic lined up, and it's called the magic of a little bit extra, or a little extra. So, what do you do in life? Do you do that little bit extra? Do you consider doing a little extra in everything that you do? When you're in action, When else, Lee?
Well, what are you looking to build? Do you do a bit extra towards your reputation?
Yep, or it could be your business.
Yeah, your life.
Personal life. Yeah, you could be doing a little bit extra in your personal life. And these can be simple and quick things that you can do to go the extra mile.
Yeah.
And doing that little bit extra, people notice, right? People notice that you do that little bit extra, and it works.
I'll give you an example. So at our home, when we got to our apartment, they'd had in the fridge, they had like a bottle of water each, some cheese, some chocolate.
A little piccolo of Prosecco.
Yeah, like a little plate. That's
a beer.
A little bit extra, right?
We didn't expect any of that.
Yeah.
There was a dip, packet of biscuits, some milks. Like there was, they went that little bit extra when we got to the apartment that we stayed at. And, it was unexpected.
Yeah, and then you go and you buy a cocktail somewhere and they do a little bit extra by making a little pattern on the top of it or, just those little extra things.
Well, they give you an extra one?
That'd be nice.
2 for 1.
That'd be nice.
All right, but people notice when people do that little bit extra and it works, right? So it works and it also makes people feel good.
Yes.
Right? So it makes you feel good that you've received a little bit extra. And from the giver point of view, they feel good about giving.
And it makes you want to go back.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as we said, it can be simple and quick, little things to go that little bit extra or go the extra mile, as some people might say. John McPhee said he is on board. Okay, great.
Awesome.
To do that little bit extra. All right, so do a little bit more than necessary. Mm-hmm. So you can either do what's necessary or you can go that little bit extra, right?
Yes.
Or that extra mile, as we might say.
Yeah.
So are you a person that just does what's necessary to get by? Or are you a person that will always strive to complete the task and do a little bit extra?
So I know a good example when we went to Subway yesterday for dinner.
Yep.
He was not doing a bit extra.
No, he wasn't.
He was doing just the base level of what was required.
Absolutely. So give a little extra, right? Challenge yourself to follow through and actually give a little extra. Mm-hmm. So wherever you can provide that, is it in your service that you're providing somebody? Is it in the ability to do something for somebody? Mm-hmm. Like a job or a chore or a task, and do you just do that one or do you go that extra mile?
Well, like if you take your car to get washed and not to get washed, to get service, and they wash it for you.
Yeah.
Like that's doing a bit extra, right?
Yeah, because not everyone does that.
No.
And they don't have to do that,
no.
Right? So that is doing that little bit extra. So challenge yourself, see what you can do and what areas in your life that you can actually do that little bit extra. And of course, it builds goodwill and trust.
Yes.
So whether it's in business, whether it's in life, whether it's in relationships, I mean, you can apply this to your relationship. Mm-hmm. What can you do?
What can you do a little bit extra?
What can you do that little bit extra in your relationship that provides goodwill and trust?
That little shoulder massage, that foot massage.
No, I did that. In the spa, I massaged
I gave you a foot massage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have to be that goes down as the first little bit extra foot massage.
I'll give you a little bit of an extra slap.
All right. So you'll attract new business. You'll attract new things into your life by doing that little bit extra. It also, what else does it do, Lee?
Invigorates your circle of influence.
Yeah, well, if you're leading by example, the circle of influence that is surrounding you, it invigorates people, right? Seeing people go that little bit extra mile or doing that little bit extra. And as I said, apply that to a relationship and do that little bit extra. You know, it could be that chore around the house, or it could be buying some flowers, or it could be buying some chocolates, or a bottle of wine, or cocktails, or whatever. Right? You can you get them on special occasions.
Oh, hello from Germany.
On special occasions, flowers are good.
Otherwise, so, well, let me put it out there. Who, I don't know, write whatever you want in the comments, but who's up for a challenge to do something extra tomorrow for somebody?
Yeah, what can we do extra tomorrow for somebody?
Yes, me, or yes,
and it makes others feel important. So how can you make others feel important? Is it a child, a parent, a friend, your significant other, a work colleague? You could do something.
Random person?
Yeah, or a random act of kindness. I mean, we've spoken about that previously on one of our topics. And that's doing a little bit extra, right? Doing a random act of kindness. So
Melissa's in.
Excellent. I mean, it is like a random act of kindness, a little bit extra, right?
Rob's in.
It'd be like saying to somebody in an office space or in a building, you know, would you like a coffee? And you go and get them a coffee, but you come back with a little cookie with it. And they don't expect the cookie, right?
Exactly.
It's about when you go to those coffee shops and you buy,
Carrie's in.
you know, you buy a takeaway coffee and they put a little shortbread on the top.
Yeah.
That's a little bit extra.
I wouldn't know because I don't drink coffee. But
no, but
Richard's in, Shani's in.
That's a little bit extra.
It is.
So what can you do tomorrow to provide
if
somebody...
you're working at the coffee shop, give them 2 cookies.
That's right.
Brett's in.
All right, so, and it could be a friend, could be your significant other, could be anybody that you want to choose tomorrow. Just see where you can do that little bit extra. So if something you've been asked to do, think about, what can I do a little bit more? How can I go that little bit extra or that extra mile on this
Okay,
request?
Rob Brown's in too. We've got 2 Robs on, so Bruce is always in.
All right. It creates satisfaction to people, creates enjoyment, loyalty. And guess what? If you're in business, it can create repeat business.
Yes, they will come back.
So what can you do in business in order to do that little bit extra? I mean, I think we do that little bit extra in our business. For people, we go that little bit extra and go that extra mile. So I want to share with you a story. There's an event that happens over in New Orleans every year, and it's called Lagniappe, right? And it means a little more. So Lagniappe, and it's actually spelled Lagniappe, but it's pronounced Lagniappe, right? Now it means a little more.
Okay.
Now in New Orleans every year they have this period of what they call Big Easy, right? And during the Big Easy period, the business owners, the shop holders, etc., go that little bit extra. They do that little bit more.
Okay.
So you might go and order a meal which has got a piece of chicken in it, and you might get an extra piece of chicken. Okay. Or you might go and order, I don't know, a burger and you get fries with it.
Or a cocktail and you get 2 shots.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe. So it's an unexpected extra that they provide. So it's not expected. It's unexpected. It's free of charge. They don't charge you for it, right? But it's a period called the Big Easy, and it happens in New Orleans in the US.
We could do that,
right? And imagine, like, everyone gets behind it. So you go in somewhere and you order something and you just randomly get a little bit extra, right? And that little bit more. So it creates this whole dynamic, positive feeling around the people, the businesses, the town. And of course, as we said, you know, you might get an extra donut when you order one.
Or a cocktail, get 2.
Yeah.
And Helen said she's in too.
Excellent. Well, you might get a couple of things, right? You might go somewhere and get another one, or you might buy a pair of socks and get 2. Like that's the way they work. And it's a really great thing called Lagniappe, Lagn.
It's very cool.
IAPPE. So you can look it up.
We need to do
and
it
it's in New
elsewhere.
Orleans. Absolutely. Imagine doing that and getting all the local businesses behind it. You know, and that generates a bit of excitement and just it brings joy to people's life.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, So every now and then, follow this in your life. Follow the principle of lagniappe. And treat yourself too, right? Don't forget about yourself. So if you go and buy yourself a cocktail, buy yourself too.
I always do that. What are you talking about?
Treat yourself. And do extra in your business. You know, what can you do in your business today or tomorrow? What can you do in your business right now or tomorrow that is that little bit extra? You know, where can you go that little bit extra or that extra mile in your business? And each day you could do the unexpected, right? Which is what? Just that.
A little extra.
That's it.
And you could do a little bit of extra marketing. You could do a little bit of extra personal development.
Yep.
You could, so it doesn't have to necessarily be for somebody else either.
It can be for yourself. Yep. And you could just follow through and do a little bit extra time in your business than what you normally would do.
Yep.
Right? It could be that you spend an extra 5 to 15 minutes doing a set task that was hanging around that you hadn't got completed. So it's about doing that little bit extra. And you know what? By doing these things, guess what?
You're going to get better results.
Yeah, but life will flourish for you. You will find life will flourish for you. So these actions are a sure way in life to fast track yourself up the ladder of life.
Awesome.
Right? So if you want to climb that ladder of life and to be better and do better, then ask yourself, what's that magic of that little bit extra that I can do today or tomorrow?
Yep.
So everyone's agreed, or a lot of people have agreed to jump in tomorrow, and maybe next week. We on next week? Yes. Yep. We can find out next week as to people can share what they did, right? So what did I do to do that little bit extra? What did I go that extra mile? Did I pick up some ladies' groceries and carry them to a car for her? Did I help an old person across the street whilst I was walking across the street? I don't know. Like, what can we do? That little bit extra that does something for somebody else. Or it may just be that you did extra in your life. Could be that you went to the gym and you actually did extra, right? So you could go to the gym tomorrow and go, you know what? I'm going to do extra reps on every single thing that I do at the gym tomorrow.
Yeah, Bruce, do that.
Shani's there.
Shani?
Yeah. So anyway that's going to the gym. Or if you're walking, if you're going out for a walk, right? And you normally walk 5Ks, right? Do 6.
Do some extra hills.
Yeah, do some extra hills like we did in Early Beach. Early Beach is very hilly.
When we stayed,
we had a most amazing view, I must say.
Yeah.
But gee, at a sacrifice to get up there, right?
It was. So Brooke's going to make extra scones to take to her neighbours tomorrow.
Great.
And Shani and
Shani
Melissa
said
said
sounds
yes.
good. Yeah, they're in. All right, good.
Do some reps for me too.
So do that little bit extra tomorrow, somewhere, somehow, you know, make a decision on what you can do. And we certainly did that little bit extra while we're in Early Beach. I mean, we did extra in working. It was a really good balance, you know. Get stuff done in the morning, go and take time out, work in the afternoons. You know, we're able to sit down and have breakfast and sit down and have lunch and just really do things differently. And really love that. Got to have a couple of spas.
We did.
Which was nice, you know, to treat yourself, they say. That was cool. And of course, love the day trip that we did. Now, Bruce said he's in, and me, please.
He's talking about
I'm taking scones. Oh, okay. Bruce wants some scones too. So I don't know how you're going to get them from Townsville, Bruce, to the Gold Coast. But
Where's Bruce on the Gold Coast?
yeah. Bruce is back on the Gold Coast.
Right,
He posted a boat thing on the weekend. I think he was out.
Okay.
He was out skippering, doing his volunteer work.
All right. So what are we doing? We're heading.
What are we doing?
We've got a special day on Friday for someone's birthday, but we're not going to say anything in case it's a surprise.
Oh, what? What's this one? Oh, okay.
Someone's thing on Friday.
Yeah, so we're going to... Yeah, we're just going to a birthday.
Yeah, we're going to a birthday thing.
Okay.
And then Saturday, we're going to Sydney with the kids.
We are. We're heading to Sydney on Saturday for 3 nights. Staying in Sydney, and with our 3 teenagers. So that'll be exciting, interesting, and eventful. And we're so looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are.
And we're going to take them to...
lots of places. In case they watch the video, don't tell them what we're doing.
The kids?
Yeah, don't tell them. They won't watch the video. Don't tell them anyway, just in case. So then we're coming back on Tuesday, and then next Friday we go to Melbourne.
Yes, next week we go to Melbourne, and we're catching up with distributors in Melbourne.
Bruce is in New Zealand, see?
Is he back in New Zealand? I thought he posted a boat on the weekend. I thought he was on the Gold Coast.
They have boats in New Zealand.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe he was volunteering over there, or maybe he just posted a photo pretending that he missed it. Or something. I don't know.
Who knows? Anyway,
so next week we're going to be in Melbourne for Grand Final weekend, and we've got a distributor catch up down there. So excited about that. That's end of next week.
Yes.
So we've got a bit on between now and then. Kerry said I'll be in Sydney from Saturday too. Visit my son and his fam. That's right. You mentioned that. Awesome. And Bruce said, he was home for the weekend. There you go. See, I did see him on the Gold Coast. Well, I saw him on Instagram or something.
The Bruce stalker.
And then he's back in New Zealand. All right. Thanks for joining us this evening. It's been great hanging out. We'll be back next week with another great topic. And, of course, we want you to share next week. What's that little bit extra that you did for somebody on Thursday? So tomorrow being Thursday, everyone that's committed to doing something a little bit extra for somebody, we want you to come back next week and share what was that. So make sure it's something that you can share and tell us.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a great evening.
Thanks, guys. Brett says, thanks. I'm off to have my extra CC and dry. That's for yourself. That's a good one. All right.
Okay,
I'm
bye.
going to have my extra glass of red wine.
You do that. Bye.
See you later. Great evening, everyone. Bye.